I just want to mention, okay, that we have the technology available to not have to use only unleaded fuel. In fact, some fuels would be better off if they had lead in them. It seemed that somebody was kind of adjusting the sulfur content. And not that I don't trust you, but for those in weight and measures of gas stations, yes, I've noticed that the payroll was paying for the fuels of those that are in the family. Oh. So when you look at the actual fuel consumption of all the gas stations, yes. Now, I don't know what kind of computer system that you have in your gas station, but let's say you just weren't racking up some of the purchases because you had to support the family. I'm kind of thinking that's against the law. Now, for every one of you that's a senior and oath badge attorney mandatory reporters, ooch, if you decided that you didn't have to pay your fuel costs because you had to get paid for your involvement in the family, I'm going to find out. And if I find out that you didn't pay for your fuel, it could be interpreted as bribery. Poop. So why don't you tell me? In fact, why don't you just give me the credit card receipts and the debit cards, or did you always use cash? Now, as a consumer, I like the idea of not having emissions because I don't think that they're necessary anymore. You know how we pass some legislation, then we realize, well, if we just had a little better spark plug, we wouldn't have that pollution. Oh. And if I had the used motor oil, I could put in some new refineries that happen to recycle the used motor oil, producing some very flammable additives. So why don't you just find out, for those that come to find out, Pooch, were you paying for your fuel or did you get paid to, well, bribery is a crime. You realize that, Judge? Ooch, you never paid to fill the tank? Now, for those that own gas stations, it would be best if you charged. And for those that have given me coffee cards, I think they actually paid for them. You know, if you buy a small coffee, yeah, it costs about $1.80, and if you bought four of them, yes, it'd be about four times $1.80, $7.20. Yes, and then you get a free one, and you can buy as many coffee cards as you want for $7.20. Ooch, because it doesn't require a large cup of coffee purchase. It's four purchases of coffee, and you get one free. Oh, so as long as you're spending that $7 so that I get free coffee cards, ooch, it helps me because I've been having some problems too. So for the dickhead that keeps complaining that I'm not paying for my coffee, I think some people have actually spent $20 to buy three coffee cards because they figured out it was cheaper, ooch, to help me just because they do understand the cost of a small cup of coffee. AM, PM. Now, were you getting paid for every time I had to purchase a cup of coffee? Because I don't have any more coffee cards. And I only have $2 in my pocket. So if I'm going to have it's cheaper to just buy small coffee so you get one free large one. Give me the actual amount of fuel being purchased at the AM PM, and then give me the amount of fuel that was actually given out.